Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. We're now going to be doing box 15, which is basically stages 57 to 60 of the IXO Collections release of build the Porsche 917kh. So this is what box 15 looks like, and if I just show you what the vehicle's looking like at the moment, we have done quite a bit. We've got the bulkhead in there. As you can see, we've done the engine, we've got most of the frame completed. The thing is, we're going back to the engine today, and there is a lot of details to put in. And details, I mean, are the actual tubing like we did for the HT leads. We're going to be doing that for the fuel injector leads as well. This is going to be fiddly, so we're going to be focusing up on that. I'll show you what I mean for that. So without further ado, let's get cracking. Probably best to show you this magazine of exactly what we're doing. We're going to be taking these little nipples, plugs off the sprue here and plugging them into this guide here. Then we're going to be putting these fuel lines into the top of these, one side going into these nipples, which I think I am going to glue into place, passing them through. And then in these pictures here, it's showing us how to guide them through. We do need to take off this crossbar here, showing you how to lay them out so we can get them into the injectors down here. Once we've done that, we've got one side in, so you can imagine what the next stage is going to be. We're going to do the other, but I'll show you that when we come around to doing it. So it starts with stage 57. Let's get that open. And as you can see, we do have these little sort of injectors on a sprue here. We also have a cable guide here that looks just like that. So I'll get these off the sprue. Now these are going to be going into this section here. Now when we push them in, they are going into the little tiny holes that we can see just inside this circle bit here. So if I put one in, oops, get it round the right way, just like that, they're going to be fitting in so that the nipples are facing towards this section here. And we're going to repeat that with the other 5. So this is the last one going in here. And there you go, they're all in place. Now each nipple is going to have a different length of this tubing here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from this end and work my way down. So I'll get this untangled. And the first one needs 135 millimeters. So that's going to be just there. Quite simply just cut that. And we've got our first one in place. Now as I said, I am going to put glue in these to keep these in place, because historically it's they normally come out, which I don't want to happen. Now that lead is going to go into this one here, and I've put some glue just on top of that nipple there so I can get that into place. And then quite simply it's just going to go through the hole that corresponds to that and push it all the way down. Now we want to keep this uniform, so I'm going to keep it just like that there. So let's move to the next one along. The next one along is going to be 155 mils. Now each square on my board here is a centimetre. So got that in place just there. Once again, little bit of glue just on the nipple there. Thread that on. And then pass that through the bottom there. And again, just try to keep the excess exactly the same as the one next to it. So it's like that. The last one here is going to be 160 mil, and put that on in a similar way. And then all the ones on this side are going to be 125 mil each. And you can tell it's the start of the week for me, even though it's a Tuesday in the UK. I've just stabbed myself with the scalpel. That's not good. Okay. Again, not the World of Wayne channel, unless I cut myself. Let's get myself an ouchie. The plaster of choice today is Darth Vader. Not the World of Wayne channel unless I have a accident on stream. This is a brand new X-Acto blade I've got with a brand new blade in, so it's no wonder it's cut me. But you know what? It is what it is. You just know that you watch this channel for these little tiny mishaps that I keep having. Right, let's get all 3 of these in place. And again, pushing these down. So they're the same sort of length as all the others. Lots of fuel lines here. There we go. Perfect. So that's what it's looking like on top. I'm going to bring the vehicle over now. Put that down here. I'm going to want to take off this cross member here, which has been held in with IM screws. Keep the screws safe because this will be going back on again afterwards. Just so I can take that out. So this is going to be going on this side here. And what we want to do first is the 3, which were 125 mils, are going to go on this side. They're going to sort of go round the side of this centerpiece just here, and then they're going to be attaching to these fuel injectors on this side. I'm just seeing which one side they're going in. They're going to be going into the 3 right at the bottom here. 1, 2, 3. So actually just putting these round is where it's going to start being a little bit difficult. It kind of goes up between where these wires part. So I am going to need tweezers for this. I'll get these in and show you what these 3 actually look like. We want to make sure we're only working on the 3 on this side here. Best way to do this, I reckon, is to feed it through where it's going first. So 1 there. Don't worry about routing them at the moment. Let's just get these into the position that we know that they need to go in. Sort of like threading a needle, this is. That's 2. Let's get the last one through. So I've got 3 in there. I'm going to put some glue just on these points here to glue these in where they go on these injectors. So 1, 2, and 3. So there's going to be no chance of these coming out. There's 1 in. That one's 2. And that one's 3. Now we get to tidy this up and route this around where it's going. Just move the distributor around so it's actually between that section there. So as you can see, these 3 now route round here and then they go into these injectors on this side. I'm just neating them up so they all look like they're going in the same direction. Perfect. Now on this side, I don't know if you can see this on the side camera, we have got some clips that we can actually clip these cables in to make them neat as they go through. I'm going to put them into place. There's 1 on this side, 1 on this side, to show you exactly what I mean of how this looks. Now that is fiddly. I don't know if you can see that on the top camera, but you can see they're in those clips just there. Excellent. And pretty much we're going to do exactly the same on the other side, but they've got the end wire here going completely underneath all of these wires here. The middle one, they've got going through the center of them. Let's get that lined up. Oops, very curly. There we go. They've got that one going through the center. And then the M1, again, is just following the route of the others here. So once again, these are going to plug into the injectors just at the front here. I'm going to put a little bit of glue just on all 3 of these. So as you can see, I'm plugging them in before I'm routing these leads around. So let's get these on. And then once again, I'm going to route these round into these clips. It's actually a lot easier on this side because there is space to get to things. And there we go, they're all clipped in around this side here. Now they do have these lines actually going underneath this section here. I'm just going to pull mine out because now they're glued into place. Feed them through underneath and then put them back in again. And there you go. That's all 6 of those in and wrapped round onto this section here. Now we want to put in this cross brace again. Just lining that up. And I'll get that screwed in. And then these are going to go on top of the trumpets there. So we can just line them up and push this down on both sides. Just like that. Perfect. Make sure that the wires here from the distributor go in this gap. Just like that. Take a little bit of manoeuvring around, but that's perfect. Excellent. And then to hold that into place, we've got these caps to put on. They look just like this. Move this over and we're just going to push them into position on each one. And then to hold them into place, these are the tops that are going to go on here. That will stop that coming out. We want to make sure that the line in the center here is horizontal as well. So I'll do that for all the rest of them. Now, one thing I missed out was this little clip here. This actually goes into this side just behind the distributor. Not quite sure how it attaches. I can't see any way that this attaches. I'm just having a look at the pictures here. I've got no idea. But I'm not going to put mine on. I mean, you can't really see it anyway, but you do have that if you want to make extra tidiness of those fuel lines there. Okay, that is all there is to do in that stage. So in the next stage, it's exactly the same. We're going to be doing exactly the same just on the other side here. So by the end of it, it's going to look like that. Just so you know, these are going to go in a lot easier because we've got this large clip that's going across the center there. So let's get these in. And there you go. When that's completed, that's all of those into place. Lovely bit of detail, but unfortunately in the next stage, we're about to cover all of that up. So as you can see here, 3 pieces here, which are just going to go on top of everything we put in. So by the end of it, it's going to look just like that. What a shame. But there you go. Okay, let's do this. So the first thing we got is this section here. This is actually just going to go with the lip section towards the rear of the vehicle. And this is just going to go on top like this. Just lining everything up. And it's going to be secured in, there you go, just with some LP screws. Very tiny screws these, they come in this stage. But let's get these lined up here, one in here. Excellent, I'll do one just down the bottom here. Perfect, and then just put the other ones in. That's the top cover in place. So all of that cable tidy that I did, putting everything in the clips, you're not going to see it. Oh well, there you go. Okay, the next sections we're going to put in look just like this. The curved section again is going towards the rear of the vehicle. So we've got one just going on this side here, like that. And the other one will be going on the other side, just hiding everything we've done on the top. Once again, LP screws to put these in place. So one there, and one at the back here, and then just do the same on the other side. And there you go. That's all in, and that's all there is to do in that stage. I can't believe we've hidden everything that we had there. Unbelievable. So just showing you here, in the last stage, we're going to be doing the battery. We've got quite a big lead to put through the vehicle as well. So we'll get the battery created and then we'll put a lead to connect to the other side of the vehicle there. So here's everything we need. First thing we're going to do is take the battery and the battery box here. And we're going to put these 2 parts together just like this. They clip in with just some lugs there. Perfect. On top of this, we've got the terminals to put on. They're in a little bag here. A little locating lug on there to help you line them up. So one this side. Obviously we want the nipples pointing towards the outside there. And one on this side. And again, LP screw to hold that in. We've got two little leads which are going to come from the battery, a longer one and a shorter one. The longer one is going to go on this side here. Just get that on. And then the shorter one, so they're on both like that. Put the top of the battery on. And again, just two lugs for this. Push that down. There's the battery. And then lastly, we've just got the clamp, which is going to go over the middle section here. And there we go, that's it with the clamp on there. Let me just bring over the car again. And probably on the top camera, this is just going to fit in these two holes just here. Get this lined up. So there you go, that's in. The last thing to do is just to put these terminals into two nipples, which are just underneath this junction box here. So I'll get them in, show you what that looks like. They're in just like that. That's how the battery looks. There's one last thing left to do, and that involves this massive lead here. We're just going to be putting these 2 points together like this. Make sure that's all the way on. So this lead is going to go through the hole just here, along the side of the engine. So what I'm going to do is try and put the vehicle on its side. Zoom out the top camera. You may be able to see how this goes. It's going to go all the way down the side here. Going to feed it through. Now it's pretty much impossible to show you, but it clips into the back of the vehicle here. There is a stand by. There is a little nipple for it to go in just on this back section over here, which I'm just pushing it on now. Hard to get my finger to the other side. There we go. Get this all the way in. Perfect. And there we go. That is now connected to this part just at the back here, if you can see that. The other side of this has got a little peg. It's just going to mount into the side wall here. So I'm just going to put that in. Like that. There we go, that's in place. Just checking it's down the whole vehicle. Looks absolutely perfect. So we have got this. What is this? This is a brake, is it? Looks like a brake. In place like that. Coming out just at the bottom there. But that is all there is to do in that pack. What a really fiddly pack that was. And you know what? I can't believe I spent a good 1 hour, 8 minutes doing this this pack. And we've hidden everything. Everything is completely hidden. But, I mean, I know it's there. It does look good. I mean, the whole vehicle looks like it's got loads of wires, tubes, everything in it. Which, once the bodywork's on, that's probably going to be hidden too. Anyway, I really do hope you like that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.